Man. Let's start it.
All right.
All right, man. Yo, we are back. Just a Thought podcast. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm your host, Ray. Ray, how's your weekend been, man? It's good
My
to see
weekend's
you.
been my weekend been great, man. Very productive, back to back. A lot of events going on. Just in Connecticut. There's live at 5. I went out on Saturday and Sunday. I went to the city. So you guys know how it is in the city. Like you go get brunch with your friends. It's a good time. But I've been really active, like nonstop. But I had a chance to take a break yesterday, which is great. I'm chilling. I'm good. Talking to my boys. I haven't talked to y'all in a minute, so I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. It's good to see you, Dre. Um, Tim, it's great having you back on the show, bro. How's everything with you, man? What have you been up to?
Everything's been good, bro. Like I was telling Dre, really on this health journey, fitness journey, more so than in the past when we're all being athletes. It's more so just a journey rather than just being like, hey, I'm going to the gym. It's about making conscientious decisions, like what I'm putting in my body, what I'm putting on my body. One thing that I started taking even more serious was skincare. I've always been a person that's just been like, oh, well, I have good skin. It is what it is. But it's more so just like understanding why we need to put things in our body. And, Annie's been helping me with that, but also like looking up shit too. And really just understanding like, hey man, like your body is a vessel. It's more than a car. It's your kingdom and you got to take care of it. So really just been on that wave and really trying to be healthy, obviously working. And like Dre said, it's good to see y'all. Good to have this conversation. It's Sunday. We're alive. It's a beautiful time, man.
Yeah, bro, it's good to see you, man. Yo, let me ask you, what do you use for skincare, bro? Because I'm always up for ideas. Right now I'm using African black soap and I cold water, but like I'm always up to hear like what other people use.
So I know Dre, you probably got some products too, but I'll tell you right now, Annie brought me into fucking Ulta one day, and she was like, "Oh, Tim, buy like these products from Ulta." Ended up costing me over $100. I looked at her like she was retarded. I was like, "Oh, all these fucking products cost this much money," but it matters. So like, I'll send you a separate video. But one thing that she helped me do is obviously like hyaluronic acid, definitely some SPF for your skin, definitely some moisturizer in the morning, and then at nighttime. That's the shit that bugged me out. She was like, make sure you put all the stuff on your face at night. I'm like, nigga, am I sweating in the sleep? And she's like, no, but your skin needs it. So when you go to sleep, you have a heavy coat on. And I know Andre can attest to that, so he'll tell you. But I'm telling you, bro, there's so many products I have in the bathroom. African black soap is cool, but like it actually dries out your skin.
And burn your skin too.
And burn your skin too. So it's kind of like it's not good for us. Like I know if people are like, oh, it's African black soap. We're African descent. Put it on. Super ignorant. No, that's not what it is.
So what was it? Everything you name is pretty much what I use too. I got a 3-step process as well. So like I use like the principles Andy taught you are important. Black people need to wear sunscreen. That's the first thing. Most of our acne comes from like the sun damage. You know what I'm saying? Like the pores get clogged and it destroys our face. You get hyperpigmentation. And like, people like, in the summertime, you get our dark color, your dark shade, and people just like, oh, I don't want to get darker. Like, no, I don't put sunblock on to not get darker. I don't care about getting darker. I don't want uneven skin. You know what I'm saying? Like your bottom of your mouth is like lighter than the top part of where your forehead's at because the sun damage. So you gotta put on SPF 30. I use Black Girl sunscreen. They got that everywhere, but it's like it doesn't leave a white residue. But like,
fuck it, I'm gonna show y'all the shit. God damn it!
Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna get my products too, man. I'm gonna get my products too.
Go ahead. Let's do this shit.
We need to know where the good skin comes from. Like, I need some lessons. I mean, I'm doing all right. I didn't know about the African soap, by the way. Thank you for telling me about that.
Of course, bro. There's so many. Like, look at all this shit that Annie made me buy. God damn, bro. Like, and it's all necessary. It is. It's all fucking necessary. It is. I can't lie. Look at this. All this shit. And she has twice as much.
Bro, and you got the TheraBreath too, man. That's exactly what I use.
Yeah. Oh, of course, bro. Yeah, bro, TikTok be fucking us up, man. Yeah,
Tim got a mini Rite Aid in his house.
Bro, don't even get me started. So, like I said, bro, like hyaluronic acid, I'll start with that in the morning after I wash my face. Well, first I'll wash my face. Okay, whatever face wash you use. I use CeraVe, so I'll wash my face in the morning. Then I put on hyaluronic acid. Then I put on some daily serum SPF with UVA, whatever. And that's what Andre was saying about pigmentation. And it's really good because it works as a sunscreen, but also as a moisturizer. So it doesn't leave your skin dry. And it has some great products in it, right? And then I'll use some daily moisturizer too. So those are all the 4 things I do in the morning time, right? But then if I feel like my skin is too dry, I use lavender, tea tree, and jojoba or jojoba, however you say it. And it's really good for your skin as Black people too, right? These are all the things I use in the day. But at nighttime, here's the thing. I'm putting on nighttime hyaluronic acid, or what the fuck is this called? Clinical formula, lactic acid, excuse me. Then I have CeraVe facial moisturizer. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
Hey, man,
once you got it down, man.
Your body is your trophy. It's literally a marathon. Like that's what it takes to cure your skin and makes you look good. Then that's what you have to do, expensive or not. So I respect that, bro.
Yeah, let me show you my routine now, man. We got a lot of similar products. So we got the CeraVe, homemade facial cleanser.
They don't sell that out here.
They got, they have little. Oh yeah, you don't have Target or anything like that over there?
No, they do not.
Damn. I don't know about that. I thought that was just everywhere. But I go in with the facial cleanser, right? And then after, this is my nighttime routine. I use the retinol serum, and then the hyaluronic acid. I combine a little bit of them together, put it on my face at night, and then in the morning I go back in again with the facial cleanser, and then I use the vitamin C serum. And the vitamin C helps even out your skin tone from the hyperpigmentation. So like people don't know, I have freckles. I always had freckles, but my acne was so bad you couldn't really see them. But now that ever since I started using like the vitamin C, my natural skin, you can see it more. And then I mix it in with the SPF, and that's every day. That's day and night. You know, consistency, man. It's important, man. Like,
do you do cold water at all though?
After I wash, I use cold water. So I wash with hot water, and then after I once I finish washing my face and rinse it off, I rinse with cold water so it goes to the pores.
Yeah, you want to open up your pores, and then you want to close them with cold water. Everybody say hi to Kiki. Look at her.
What's up, Kiki?
Yo. So let's get into the first topic. Let's talk about this Drake album. I want y'all to tell me your opinions on the album, and then give me your top 3 songs on the album.
I can't name 3 songs.
You can't name 3.
No.
Nope.
All right, then give me your opinion on the album.
You want mine or you want Tim's first?
Yeah. Go ahead, Andre. You go first because I ain't gonna be nice.
So I was real frustrated with the album. I thought for what it was, if he gave us a heads up that he was making like an 80s album pretty much, you know, or a house album, I would have been a little bit more acceptable to appreciating it for what it was. But like he just dropped it without telling anybody like what it was gonna be. My expectations, I felt let down. The only song I liked was Sticky. That's the only one I hear on the radio, thank God. I thought he felt like he could do it because he was Drake, and I guess he thought it was gonna work, but I hated all of it. Like I thought it was like I get always resort music, but like I clearly wasn't the target audience, and it wasn't for me. So I just put that in my memory bank with More Life because I hate that album too.
You need More Life?
Yeah.
More Life? Yo.
Wait. Let's not. I didn't mind More Life, but here's the thing. You know how when you go into H&M and Urban Outfitters and you hear that music playing, any music that was playing on that was better than any song on Drake's album. And I just personally just feel like Dre said, he felt like he could make that album because he's Drake. I'm gonna be real with you. I heard the whole album once and I'll never listen to it again. If you're like, oh, name 3 songs, nigga, I know Jimmy Cooks. Like I know maybe one song off of there. But it's just like people are like, oh, it's the best album of the year. No, the fucking Brent Faiyaz album is the best album of the
phenomenal,
year.
Man.
Fucking bumping that shit every damn day. And like you said, if you had given us a heads up because we anticipate and we look forward to certain artists' albums. And for him to drop that just felt like, hey, I was drunk one night, I'm gonna go into the studio and make an album and everybody's gonna love it. And people are like, no, you're not listening to it the right way. Nigga, I listened to it. It just wasn't good.
Yeah,
that's literally the shit. That's literally the shit. It's supposed to be an album,
bro.
Fuck. All right, I'm gonna give y'all my opinion because I totally disagree with y'all. I thought this album was fire. My favorite songs on the album is Text Green. Obviously, we know what Text Green is. Like people that got iPhones, people got Android. A Keeper. And I would say Jimmy Cooks with 21 Savage.
I like Jimmy Cooks.
Jimmy Cooks go hard, but that album kind of reminded me of like how like the Jersey beats, how New Jersey kind of gets their flow and how they dance and shit. I kind of liked it. It was different. It threw me off. I'm not gonna put it in the top 5. Hell, I wouldn't even put it in the top 8. But it was a good album. Now I am surprised that he did drop it and not tell us. Like he's not Drake's one of the best, but he's not like that. He's not like y'all say. He's not like a Beyonce where you could just drop shit and people are like, oh, okay, we get it. Drake is not like that, and I don't know what got him so confident. Maybe because he got a couple releases with Jordan. I don't know what it is, but it was a little surprise. But I give it a C+, B-. It's not that bad.
I respect
if it's a C+ or B-, that's not a good album.
No,
right?
But it's not a bad one. It's a type of album. If your niggas put it on in the car, you're not gonna get mad. All right, I can listen to
Right, I will kick you out of the car if you put that on in my car. I really want you to understand, like, when we talk about good albums, bro, we talk about like think about it. What was it? Nothing was the same, or whatever. Yeah, that was a fantastic, right? Even and then you start looking at like his earlier albums, like Thank Me Later, and then you got the other ones or whatever. But it's kind of like if it's a C+ and a B-, yeah, you passed, yeah, but like you passed off of your name. You didn't pass off of the strength of the album. So it's like when I heard it the first time, I was like, okay, let me listen to it again. And you mentioned Jersey. I fucking hate Jersey people. They all smell like fucking illiteracy. I gotta pay to get in. I gotta pay to get out. I don't want to fucking hear no Jersey. Like I ain't in college no more, bro. Like it's
that was all college too.
All college. You could have saved that for the Baltimore niggas.
Stupid, bro. But listen. You're not gonna sit here and tell me. Because sometimes the club records be ass. The club records be ass. But you're not going to tell me if you got a couple more drinks in you and you hear one Drake song, you're not going to move a little bit?
If I had ecstasy, Ray, I'd probably move to a fucking ABC music. Like, I'm like, come on, bro. Like that's not a good argument.
You gotta be underneath. You shouldn't be under the influence to be influenced by music. You know?
Thank you.
Because music is a powerful drug already. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's already powerful. Music's already powerful. That's one thing that unites every single human on this planet. Everybody likes that type of music, you know? You shouldn't be influenced by music at all.
I can listen to Pretty Ricky right now and not be drunk and know exactly where I was when it came out and still get those feelings, butterflies, whatever you want to say.
Oh, but Pretty Ricky only got like 3 songs, bro.
Those 3 songs, I bet you if I put them on, you'll feel the connection of those 3 songs more than you would most Drake songs. What? And that's just because of the timing that it came out, the importance of what that song held. And like Andre said, it brought us together. Where were we on Art Street when it was like, I'ma buy you a drink? We weren't even drinking, nigga.
Yo, we were in middle school
buying soda.
Buying $1 waters and pizzas.
Arizonas and shit.
Yo.
Yo, come on. I'm just saying, bro. Like music really does control everything. So I think for us, it's like when he dropped that, you just can't have that nigga drop that and us be like, okay, we like it. Like I told Andre, I was like, imagine coming back home to Connecticut where you have all your great foods and they change the entire menu. And they say, well, Ray, don't worry about it. You're supposed to like it because.
Yo, let's talk about this Orlando Brown.
What's up? I'm Orlando Brown from Nassau Radio.
First and foremost, we all know who he is. We grew up watching his performances on TV. That's So Raven. Fucking 3J on Family Matters, right? Family Matters.
Yeah.
He's on everything.
He's on everything.
He was on everything. And like me being, I'm not gonna say I'm a fan because I thought he was a good actor, whatever. He was a good role player. But yeah, I would never think that he got into the shit that he's into now, like mentally. I would never think that. Like I would like as a kid watching him, I would think like, oh shit, I would like to be an actor. You know what I'm saying? Like he made his job look fun. But like recently, and like not even recently, a couple of years ago too, like he had a bunch of interviews. Like I didn't know that like he was like this, bro. Like dude is really fucked up in the head. And I don't know, like I wanna like I hope he gets help. But at this point, you like he's so lost, you think it's not even real. You think he's trolling. Some people think he's trolling, but like you got to sit back and think like what is going on. Like what is your opinion on him before we get on to the interview?
I think it's drugs. I also too like I think being a celebrity, especially that young in the spotlight, you have a lot of access to places that you shouldn't have access to at a young age. And I feel like that industry, they enable drug use because like even with rappers, you know, I think like I know he's technically a rapper now, but like
he raps.
He raps. He was rapping like when he was getting he was rapping before like the whole
he's not bad.
He's not terrible either. That's the crazy thing. He's not terrible at all.
He's not bad.
But like what was it? I think too like that stuff's enabled because it's part of the lifestyle and the image of what they I say the machine puts out, you know. I think also too LA, people don't realize LA is not the I heard that area is pretty like crazy in general too, you know. Like you got Fig Row, you got a lot of places that people come from that. So aside from like his Disney life, we don't know what his neighborhood was like growing up. You know, he could have been rich. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have had money from all these shows, but we don't know if like he was supporting his family. We don't know. We don't know those things. But I do know drug use is definitely in his life, and it's a sad thing to see. You know, I think his influences are around him and the people that are close to him. I feel like they don't, because he's a grown man too. At that, it's like they don't see a problem with it because everybody probably just do it. But I think it's for sure.
He's been a grown man since the '90s, Dre.
How old is he right now?
You like he'll be pushing 40.
Oh, for real? I don't know.
He's
like 35.
Older. Yeah, I thought he was like 36 or something. But he's
Keenan and Kel was young, but yo, when
we thought Kel was dead for a decade.
Yo, I thought he was missing. I'm like, damn.
We thought Kel was dead. They killed off Kel
behind, and now he's like on the streets selling crack. Yo, I thought he was.
We heard wild, crazy stories.
But yo, so he was talking about like he slept with Raven. There might be some truth to that.
That definitely happened.
That definitely happened.
Yeah, that definitely happened.
He definitely smashed. Let's stop
for
that.
sure.
Disney has a way, bro, and going to Dre's point real quick, like when you're in the limelight, not just in the limelight, Disney fucks up a lot of people because there's a whole entire universe behind it. Mm-hmm. Like everything has to be Disney. You sign a contract, so they want you to star in stuff, act in stuff. And then once you get to a certain age, you're so used to that fame and they just kick you to the side and say, okay, well, go do your own thing. And now you've already been fucked up on drugs. You never got help. And I think people left him behind. You know, Raven left him. You know, all the other people left him. They started doing their own thing. Look at fucking Kyle Massey. What the fuck is he doing now? You know what I'm saying? Like there's
he's a rapper.
Yeah, everybody a rapper. Fucking Kaleo Thomas from Holes. Like Zero.
Yeah.
Like that nigga became a rapper for a little bit. Like Disney just fucks you up, bro. Like, and especially black superstars or black entertainers. Like, I'm sorry, but he had that big of a role on Raven. It was cool, but like at the end of the day, he couldn't find his own lane. Raven, on the other hand, she stepped out. She was in other movies. She was Cheetah Girls. She was doing X, Y, and Z. But even she went down a crazy path for a little bit. You know, denying her own blackness, denying her own, denying, you know, everything.
Everything, you know? Yeah. I think I think that's the moment she was trying to figure out who she was too. You know, especially play all these roles your entire life. You know, and she got to a point where she was able to start acting again, more healthy. But it's crazy because like her as a person, I don't like her compared to the role she plays. You know,
Yeah.
But like she's in a better space now too, so she don't speak on a lot of things.
I can agree with that, Trey. I can agree with that.
Yeah, a good point.
But yo, so he also talked about him sleeping with Nick Cannon and him sleeping with Bow Wow. Now look, I looked at
I ain't got a problem with Lil Bow Wow. Lil Bow Wow got some bomb ass pussy.
We're not gonna sit here say we don't. If it's not us, it seems more entertaining. So I went on Twitter. I looked up what Bow Wow said. Bow Wow, of course, he was like, "Yo, this dude needs help." Blah blah blah. Like we were boys, but he technically, when I looked at the comments, they were right. He technically did not deny not sleeping with him. He just the way he went around it. He went around it. He didn't say like he was a lying or anything. He kind of just was saying where he is right now in his life, such and such. But he did not deny those allegations.
He shouldn't even said anything, bro. Like I'm gonna be real with you. Twitter is such a dark. Yeah. But you know, but no, what I'm saying is Twitter is such a dark place that people will try to connect lines and shit. If he had went on there and been like, I did not have sex with Orlando Brown, people would have been like, oh, why is he sounding guilty? Why so quick? You just don't have time for that. Like, I'm sorry. The interview I watched the entire interview, not just snippets. I watched that entire interview of Orlando Brown. And there was only 4 minutes of what he said that was actually logical thinking. Everything else was just like, oh, clickbait. We know this is going to get people to view this shit.
Even Dr. Phil one he did a few years back, it was just strictly, he was on drugs, man. Like, not, and then he was saying to tell him to someone in the street at the gas station, like, they're saying ridiculous thing, like, you know, the 16th president is Ronald Reagan or something, like, you know, like, random, like, they go on a spliff, and because they're speaking so proper, it sounds like they're making sense, but they're not talking about shit. Yo,
they're not talking about shit, nothing, bro. So I do not believe that at all. I believe that he has I believe he needs help, but I also believe that he's reached a point in his life where he knows the only way to stay relevant is to say wild, outlandish shit. So maybe by him doing that, that might get the attention of somebody that can help him. I think it's a great PR move because it's like, hey, everybody look at me. I'm saying this ridiculous shit. And I think if Bow Wow, the best thing he could do is maybe get somebody to help him, you know, with his shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Nah, I agree with you, bro. He shouldn't have responded at all. But if you are going to respond, you might as well deny the situation if you're going to respond. If I was Bow Wow, I'm not responding at all. Like, that's childish. I'm making money, whatever. But if you're going to respond, you might as well tell us that it's not true. I personally think he was trolling. I don't think it's true. Whatever the people say in the comments, I think he's trolling. I think he's just trying to stay relevant. He's realizing that, fuck, like, yo, my acting is slowed down a little bit. I'm just hearing about his rap now. I'm guessing that his rap is still progressing. I need to do something to keep myself relevant. So I agree with that. I think he needs help, bro. And like I was telling a friend the other day, she's dealing with depression. And like and I'm not saying Orlando Brown is, but let's assume he is. I think it's great talking to people about what's going on with you, but like it is most important to get professional help.
Absolutely.
I feel like talking and explaining to your friends, yeah, that's gonna open up a little bit, but like professionals can dig even deeper. And maybe he needs therapy. Maybe he's not getting what he really needs. Maybe he's just telling the people around him. I think he should sit down and like reflect on what's happening with his life and try not to make himself look like a fool. Like, yeah, you shouldn't care about what people say, but like mentally, dude, like some of the things that come out of your mouth, I know mentally that bothers you. Like, and a therapist can fix that.
Yeah, but think about sometimes people don't want to sit with themselves and think about all the other things they're going through because that's like that can eat at you. That can be, you know, poison for your own self. How many times have, you know, you can halt your life, live in a place of like, it's crazy. Sometimes solitude is what you need to break away from other people's opinions and grow. But also too, sometimes solitude could be the worst thing in the world, especially when you don't have the right guidance. So you're right. With the guidance, I think that can help him, you know, continue forward with the right help, therapy, even like a retreat or something that gets him, you know, to not focus on his negative thoughts, but you know, figure out what it is he got if he has something. But like the drugs is definitely a part of his life that needs to be cut out. You know, because
I think also too, like one thing that I feel like we're missing is I believe it's more than just him going to therapy. I think the people that left him, if they were to come back in his life and show their support and be like, hey, you know, I'm sorry that this happened to you. Like we're here now. Let's figure it out. I think that would do wonders because you're so hurt by the people that either left you or elevated higher than you, you know, and no offense, he's burned a lot of bridges, you know, the bridge with Raven, like that was just
that was crazy.
Completely wild. But it's just like at the end of the day, he was going through a lot. So I always tell people, I'm like, yeah, go get help, but also be around other people that are trying to get help because it'll motivate you. We know this from anything. If you want to eat right, be around people that eat right. You want to work out, be around people that work out. You want to make money, be around people who've made money. It's just, you got to be around like-minded people in order to get out of that space because sometimes you can't see it, but other people can, or other people like, oh, you good, my nigga? Like, you just got to do it this way, you know? Like maybe what you're, and not being like what you're doing is wrong, but we used to call it was the Sour Patch method. It's like, okay, like, that was cool, but let me show you a different way. Not let me show you a better way. Let me just show you a different way, and you can let me know if that works for you. And if it works for you, great. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. So I think being able to navigate through that. But, you know, I'm going to be real with you. I don't want to give that man too much time because at the end of the day, he got PR teams, and everybody has a PR team when you get to that level. They know what the fuck they're doing. He's got to want to get help from the right people, and he's got to want to stay relevant in the right way. And I just feel like it's so detrimental nowadays. People can be like, oh, people self-diagnose themselves all the time.
Yo, it's so annoying.
And it's so annoying, bro. Like, oh, I'm having a bad day. I'm depressed. Like, that shit is so annoying to me. It's like, no, nigga, you're not depressed. You just had a bad day.
Yeah, feel your feelings, yo. Feel how you feel. Keep it going, though. Like,
yeah, that's life. You're gonna have a bad day. Exactly. I totally agree.
Everybody have a bad day. I just hate it, and they use that to like catapult themselves into becoming lazy or stop trying or like giving minimum effort, and they use mental health and depression as an excuse rather than being like, okay, like I'm not where I want to be. But there are really people with mental health and depression issues, and that's fucked up. And that's fucked up to be like, oh, I'm depressed. No, you're not. You're fine.
You just want attention. Yeah. I totally agree with that. So you're right. I don't want to spend that much time on this man. But let's move on a little bit. Why and this is just an opinion. Why has it taken us so long, us meaning, you know, Black people, brothers and sisters, why has it taken us so long to start realizing that a lot of us need therapy? Why has it taken our generation and the younger generation to finally realize that we should get therapy and it's okay to feel vulnerable? Why do you guys think it's taken so much time?
Because of my mom, your mom, Andre's mom, our family being like, you better not be no bitch. You better not cry. I'm gonna give you something to cry about. Like, think about it. Think about how many times we talked about this before, as men, we weren't allowed to show vulnerability. We weren't allowed to show any type of emotion because it would make us look weak. Like, you can't look weak. When in reality, what all it was doing was poisoning us into wanting to ask for help. We self-internalize so many things, and we end up blowing up on either our family, our friends, our loved ones, you know, our girlfriends, fiancés, whatever. And it's because we haven't dealt with that trauma yet. And I went to therapy a couple of years back just to talk about anything. And I realized, I was like, damn, everybody should go to therapy. This shit is amazing. You know, you start realizing the shit that you dealt with as a kid, and you realize how much it fucked you up when your mom is just like, oh, I'll give you something to cry about. You better not cry, or fix your face, or blah, blah, blah. And shut up and be like, instead of being like, hey, what's actually wrong? Because again, I didn't have my dad growing up. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have that one male figure to kind of teach me how to be a man. So I'm picking and choosing from all different aspects of different men. You know what I'm saying? So for me, That's why I internalize what I internalize.
Right. It's you're basically teaching yourself how to become a man. Dre, what is your opinion on it?
It's the same thing Tim said for the most part, like everything down to the T. Like it's the generations too, though. Like it's crazy. I can track back my trauma from how it affected me from both sides of my families now. Knowing like now being older and analyzing, I know what my mom got, how she acts from my grandmother and like my grandfather. I know it's crazy. I can see it, like like where it started, where it transferred, and like where it was also sent to me. So like now being aware, I'm trying to stop that. Like break that, like for real. I'm trying to be the generational breaker when it comes to those things, and like it's crazy because like I had both my parents, but my mom raised me, and then like my dad, like he had me on the weekends, and like two different experiences completely. A lot of
100%
on both sides, man.
Yeah.
So like it's like you get older, we get to a point where Tim says like sometimes you can't handle it. Like the internalization becomes too much, and it comes out somewhere, and then you realize, damn, like I know, like deep down, you always know what it is that's fucking you up, but like you can't, because either you blocked it out or you're just trying to process it, and when it splits up, you're like, damn, I know exactly where that came from. It's kind of like it's a catch-22. If you're just like, damn, I got some problems that I gotta sort through. I gotta figure this out. But it's like also too that part that you gotta shut up, you gotta be quiet, you can't talk about how you feel. All these things are like kind of imploding all at once, and you can't feel like you can't be vocal in those moments. So you just gotta deal with it. So I feel like this generation, they're more touched with their feelings. They're softer for sure. Don't get me wrong. However,
soft as shit, bro.
For real. However, it did open up the opportunity for people to start talking about how they feel, And the one thing they're gonna do is Gen Z is gonna tell you how they feel. They're gonna tell you how you make them feel and when they're feeling it. And I think it's a good thing. We can make it a good thing. However, it's annoying sometimes. Don't get me wrong, because we gotta shut up for everything.
Yo, dead ass.
So just like damn, like shut up, But it's also like I get
and we fucked up if we told them to shut up too.
No, facts.
No, but we're a mixture of both, though. We're a mixture of both. But
I'm saying though, like
we get them, we get it why they complain so much. Yeah. We're also like, all right, bro, come on, stop. Like really, yo, like grow up.
I think we're all surrounded too. We all don't have to suffer anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like if we can literally pinpoint down to where this has started, or we know that we can transfer what hurt us. Why do that? And I think there's
like all the shit that we wanted to say to our parents, we get to say it now and have a platform for it. Exactly. And it's like, okay, it's cool. It's like, wow, when your mom's like, oh, you got McDonald's money? Like, no, motherfucker, you have McDonald's money.
Thanks.
Now it's like, can you believe my mom is denying me McDonald's? She clearly hates me, puts it on TikTok. I'm gonna kill myself. It's terrible. Like this shit is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
But it's like now you have a platform where people will listen to you. And now you're just running with it. It's like, oh my God, I'm having a bad day. I don't want anybody to bother me. I still want to get paid, but I don't want to go to work and I don't want to do the job. And it's because mental health. And I'm like, fuck, bro. Shit crazy. There are people suffering. And you have to take it serious. So that's why I think it's kind of just like it's a catch-22. It's a double-edged sword. So it is a very serious topic, but it's also just like, how do we differentiate between the people that are bullshitting and the people who actually have mental health issues?
Right. Before I switch it up, I want to say I'm happy that our generation and the generation after us have progressed in that field. Like we are starting to understand that, you know what, we let's go get some help. It's okay to feel vulnerable. I'm also happy about my mom, bro. My mom, she has a therapist, and I can, just by the conversations we have, I can tell that like she's grown, and like I can tell that it's helped her so much. There's a lot of things that she told me that I didn't know about, and she's finally getting help for it. And like it's a great feeling, like to see somebody that's close to me And Tim, me knowing that you did it too. Another person that's close to me that went to therapy, because like, dude, that is such a big move. Even though it's a simple thing to do, it is a simple thing to do. It's such a big.
It's hard. It's hard, bro.
It's so hard because like that feeling of vulnerability scares a lot of us. So I respect you, my mom, people that are going to therapy because they know that this is gonna fix them for the future. It's a lot of respect. Hats off to y'all, yo. Like
for real, because you're at the point too. You're beyond just feeling the trauma and talking about just the trauma. You want solutions to move forward. That's the biggest thing. And people don't want solutions. They want to stay in their bag and in that
their bag, bro.
You know,
in their bag. And I don't want that for our kids, our generation.
Hell no.
I don't. You know, I want them to feel like they can come to us. But I'm also going to be a parent. Excuse me. That's like, all right, you're upset. All right, this is how we're going to fix it. But I want you to come to me and tell me what's wrong.
Facts.
But I will not be that parent that allows you to keep using that as an excuse not to elevate.
Yep.
You know, you can come to me, but we are going to find a solution after you complain to me.
Facts.
Right. All right, yo. So all right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about polyamorous versus monogamous.
Well, bro, I could probably do one more thing because I got to get them ready because I'm taking them to brunch. But we could talk about that issue or whatever.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know.
Oh yeah, no. Hey, yo, I appreciate that, man.
Just tie them in.
Yeah.
The last two topics, just tie them together. We just do.
No, this is the last one.
All right, cool.
So we're gonna do polyamorous versus monogamous. Now, our generation is a little different with the relationships. Like, you know, our parents and people beforehand, they grew up in a monogamous world, like writing letters and shit, doing all this to see each other. It's a lot different now. Do you think the monogamous relationship, monogamy, you think it is going to become extinct moving forward?
What do you mean? What do you mean extinct?
Because like a lot of people are starting to realize like, yo, this is boring. This is not what we want. Let's do like an open relationship thing. I want to see more people. It's kind of like a thing in the past. What I kind of mean. Do you think that tradition is going to continue, or do you think pretty soon it's over with?
You can answer that first.
You guys are the last dying hope.
Yeah.
I want Andre to go first because I clearly know what Andre's at. You know what I mean?
Y'all the last dying hope.
I think it's not gonna go extinct. I think people got I think it's a mature. I don't want to say maturity thing, but I feel like that's what it is. I feel like when you're with one partner and like, again, I don't know. I'm not polygamous. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a one woman type of guy. You know, I don't cheat. A lot of people do. So I feel like when you're honest with your partner and y'all start working towards something that y'all want to build together, and y'all are communicative that you may want to see other people, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. If that is defined for you. However, I don't think it's gonna go extinct. No, I think people are gonna put the work in to make things work because like relationships are work. You know what I'm saying? I feel like outside looking in, when people are in a polygamous relationship, they don't want to deal with the excess that comes with it. You know, and I feel like that's work. You know, it's like, oh, like why should I just pleasure you? I can pleasure myself over here. And there's some people who feel like they can't provide what their partner needs, so they're just like, go out and do what you want to do. Like it is what it is. Like,
it's laziness, bro. That's what I think it is. It's laziness.
You have to work in.
That's so much fucking work to be in a fucking polyamorous relationship. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Think about this. Because people lie, right?
Hell yeah.
There's no way you can be emotional with one person and not the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like that just is not going to work. So that other person is going to crave your attention. And once you can't give them that, it's just going to cause so many problems. So for me, I don't think it's going to go extinct. But I think what's going to end up happening is a lot of people are going to have fun for a while. And then right around mid-30s, they're going to be depressed. Because they realize that all that running and gunning and all that other shit that they doing, that hot girl summer, that hot guy summer, that shit is dead. Now you a hot person in the heat with nobody. And now bitter it's cold and you bitter as fuck talking about I hate love. Like, no, nigga, you don't hate love. You hate that you didn't take it more serious and that you didn't commit. People have commitment issues. Niggas don't even know what they want to do next week, later, like longer than life, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
that was the realest response I ever heard, man. That was the realest response ever.
Bro, that shit is so ridiculous. Niggas have commitment issues. I'll tell you this right now. People are like, no, I don't know what I am. I'm bisexual. No, nigga, you by yourself. So any chance that you're by yourself, you want to, dead ass, you'll be like, okay, well, I like you. I'm attracted to you. Nigga, you're by yourself, so you're bisexual one day. Oh, well, I'm done with that. Yeah, nigga, because you found somebody. The fuck?
Damn, bro. That's some of the realest shit I heard.
And the segment, I
bad,
feel like,
because I hate that shit. I hate when people do that polyamorous. Oh, well, I'm allowed to have more than one person because pleasure is fluid and all this other stuff. I'm like, damn, y'all really think y'all saying something?
Yo, facts.
Yeah, like, yo,
because they got co-signers. They saying nothing, yo.
They saying nothing. These niggas are the niggas that you would popcorn in high school that couldn't even read. Like, this shit
listen. I'm not polyamorous I'm not both. I'm okay with an open relationship. I think open relationship is different than poly. But yeah, yo, I was seeing a chick out here that was like, yo, I'm down to like be with you, but I want to be in like kind of a 3-way thing. And I'm like, yo, why just be with that other nigga? Like,
yeah,
you never waste my time with you. Like, yo,
she was using Ray for a dick, and she wanted else.
That's what it is.
I'm okay with that. But like, if two people, you're not Beyonce. Like, I'm not gonna get treatment. Like, yo, just move on. Talk to that nigga. Like, I'm good. I can go talk to somebody else. And it was a big problem. We had a big problem, but like, it's just too much work just to please.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of money. I'm like, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of spending time. For me, I don't think it's worth it. Like, you might as well just be in an open relationship if people choose that route. And like, but I don't think you should be committed to 2 people. Just be committed to one. It's so simple. It's easier. You're
accountability, right? Like, think about what you talked about. She doesn't want to be accountable for the fact that, okay, we are in a relationship, what that comes with, and the goods, the downs. So she says, I'm in an open relationship, but really it's not accepting accountability. So if something happens, well, Ray, we're in an open relationship.
You knew what this was? You know what I'm saying? You knew what this is?
So, yo, what
are you mad for? Gaslighting the fuck out of you.
We're all technically in an open relationship before we start dating that person.
And that's facts.
What do you mean?
Like, let's say you're single, you're on Tinder, right? Bumble, Tinder, whatever platform you use. You're in an open relationship before you take it serious with her, if you want to.
Of course.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like see that detail. Like, they're like, oh no, like, yo, this chick better not be talking to other people. Like, no, nigga, like, you just happen to be one of the side niggas at the time. And if your luck happens to work, you get her. But like, yo, some other dude's hitting that. Like,
or some other dude or other girl or other girl is entertaining it. Like, you are literally, and it's a fight for attention. It's a fight for where this is gonna lead. You know, I hear dudes all the time talk about how girls be like, I hope I'm the only person you're talking to right now. I'm like, that's so fucking ridiculous because I know you're not the only person I'm talking to. And you entertain the same way we having these great conversations. Here's the most fucked up thing. Fucking I think one of my boys said this. He was like, the most fucked up thing is you connect with a girl on Tinder, you having a great conversation. He was like, wow, man, like, I feel like we're really connecting. And then you get off the app, y'all stop talking, like, as far as that night goes, and say you end the conversation and you lay in bed going, wow, I wonder how many other connections she made in this night. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's just the reality of it.
She probably
your whole day up too
so many times. Like, she probably rehearsed it, nigga. Like,
no,
she probably just got dick and being like, "Oh, you're such a great guy. I'm glad we can connect." Meanwhile, she living a nigga that just jackhammered her for 45 minutes. Like, bro, we ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit.
Niggas ain't shit for real.
That's why Dre is living the dream, because that nigga is secure, because we don't got time for this shit. But anybody else who's going through that, you just gotta realize, They ain't chores. They until you make it official in some sort of way. And I think being accountable to be like, hey, I want this to be official. I want this to be like a dedicated relationship. She has every right to do her, and you have every right to do you.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Like that shift changes though when you set those boundaries. So that's the whole thing. That conversation that happens because you are in a relationship until you had that conversation. You know, so that's when accountability comes in. That right there. So I hear y'all.
That boy Ray, but I will say this, Ray, like, and we've talked about this before. I think your mindset will change once you find one person that you feel like, okay, this is worth me going the extra mile for. It's not, okay, everything is good. It's when everything is bad and you're like, I still want to fight for this. That's when you know, like, oh shit, okay.
That's a switch. When literally you're like, I could just end this shit right now, but
facts.
I want to fix it. Like, damn.
I want to fix it. Damn.
Yeah.
Yep. I love this person. I like this person. Okay.
Yep.
Like I don't want this to end because when we're younger, we'd be like, oh yeah, I'm dating Anna or I'm dating Sarah or whatever, and then you break up. Oh, I broke up with her. She got on my nerves. Like we got into a fight. We're no longer together. And now it's like, nah, nigga, I've invested time and money. I didn't take your ass to fucking Cheesecake Factory and on trips and shit, and we
Getting more vulnerable and shit.
I've wasted money. I want my money back. Fuck
that.
No, I feel you. It depends on the feelings definitely will change. It depends on who it is, and like I totally, because I've had this talk with other people, and they're like, yo, you just gotta find that one that's just gonna Cupid's just gonna hit you right in the stomach, bro. Like you're gonna understand what that feeling is like, and like you're gonna go extra mile for it.
And this is deeper. We don't have time for this, but I want y'all to think about this, and I would love to hear like on another time Andre's perspective. Here's the thing: you can grow to love somebody. You can grow to love them. Like I know it's like, oh, you're in love. Like, what is stronger, in love or loving somebody? And that's a conversation I had one time with, I think it was my sister, David, and like 3 other people. We got into a very heated argument about it because and not to get into it now, but that's an important thing to like, because you can grow to love somebody. You can grow to love them in a way that it makes you feel better, it makes them feel better, and you also have to know how to love. So I think there's just there's so many different factors in this shit, but I think it starts with being accountable and committing to anything, whether it be a workout, a better life, let alone a relationship. Because the more you play around with your love life, the more you play around with everything, because you can't commit.
Thanks.
Dre, any final thoughts?
No, that was great, man. I hope everybody learns a lot from this episode.
Thanks, bro.
You know?
This was great. I like
a lot of real stuff to spit today.
Yes, sir.
Just talking to boys.
Yes. Yo, before we head out, guys, give me just tell me a word of advice or a question you guys got to tell the people, man. Tim, you go first, Tim.
The Drake album is trash. Don't let people like Raymond Swaby fucking convince you otherwise, and that you're not some sort of elite listener. The shit is garbage. Always be mindful of that. Drink water and take care of your skin.
Ooh, I like that. Dre?
That's self-help, man. That's self-care, taking care of you, man. Step of the way. Skincare, mentally, emotionally. Check in with your boys, man. Do what you got to do to keep going forward, man. Just don't stop.
Yes, man. And yo, I'm going to leave y'all with a question. Is it more important to do the right things, or is it more important to do the things right? Just a Thought Podcast. We are out. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Take care, man.
Love y'all, yo. We're going to go connect soon. Y'all have a great Sunday, man.
You as well, man. See you guys.
Peace.